Is it fair to say that Cash Money Records is the most successful, commercially successful label in the history of hip-hop music?
I have to say that's absolutely correct.
They've sold over 50 million records.
Over 50 million records.
The label is Cash Money. The men in charge, Ronald Slim and Brian Baby Williams, two of the most influential executives in the music business. You may not know them, but chances are you, or more likely your kids, have heard their hit.
Young Money, Cash Money, we the champions. Love it.
Music industry veteran Vernon Brown has worked with Slim and Baby for a dozen years.
I would say they do not like to lose. They probably work way more than they ever play or sleep.
The label, amazingly, is thriving in a business that's dying, largely thanks to Cash Money's multi-Grammy winner Lil Wayne.
You sold 1 million records in a week.
Yeah.
How did you do it?
Hard work. Just never stop trying. And hopefully you find something they like and you try to stick with it until they don't like it no more, you find something else.
Has America recognized the entrepreneurial acumen of this record label?
Not yet. Because if we say they have, then what else we have to do? So, not yet.
So the sky's the limit.
Of course.
The Williams brothers started out in New Orleans, selling albums on the street.
Take me back to that time frame when you were independent and you were just trying to really establish yourself as a label. How many units were you selling?
It varies because we put out albums every month. So some might do 30, some might do 100, some might do 50. But when you look at it,
and when you're saying 30, you mean 30,000,
50,000,
100,000 units independently.
Yeah, so we was getting maybe $8, $9 a record. So in a month's time, or maybe 2 months' time, we've been generated almost $1 million, $2 million. It just was spreading, and it was spreading fast.
What started happening in your life when this money started coming in? I mean, this piles and piles and piles of money. How did your life change?
It was like we were living a dream. I'm 21, 22 years old with $40, $50 million.
The suitors came calling. Universal Records has the best offer, a $30 million distribution deal. Baby and Slim make a bold demand, ownership of their masters.
So what prompted them to take 85% of their royalties and to ask for ownership of all their masters? Was that unprecedented?
It is unprecedented, but they didn't ask for it. That was what they were going to have.
Right, they demanded it.
They sat back and they started listening and thinking, like, you know, I'm the one selling millions of records. Why am I getting just a royalty? Why am I getting a penny instead of the dollars?
Such a smart move that artists everywhere are fighting for the same deal. A lucrative distribution deal in hand, tens of millions in the bank. They live an unapologetically lavish lifestyle.
Right over your shoulder, there's a pile of money.
Mm-hmm.
You guys personify the idea of wealth. It really emerging from nothing. We talked before about that. You call it hood rich. I just want to ask you to share with me what you're wearing here. First of all, the teeth. Now, that's $500,000,
right.
About?
Yeah, and diamonds, more or less of the diamonds.
Okay, is there some platinum in there as well?
Yeah.
What kind of reaction have you gotten?
Well, a lot of people like it, a lot of people don't. So, for me, I love it.
Okay, so your watch here.
Yeah. Frank Mueller.
You know I'm almost blinded by it.
It's called a jumbo.
It's a jumbo.
The new Frank Mueller watch.
And then the ring.
Yeah.
How many carats is that?
I don't know. It was a gift.
Who's the gift from?
Young lady.
Wow. So she must have her own record label as well. And then this here?
Yeah. My black diamond.
Okay.
Which go with my earrings.
How many carats is that?
15 aside.
15 carats on each side.
Yeah.
This is the great problem in our community. People look at rappers and they say, why do you need the diamonds on your earrings? Why do you need the platinum in your mouth? Why do you need all of these things to be adorned almost like an African king in some ways? Well, why do you need it?
Well, for me, I just had this dream young that I wanted jewelry and cars.
Another side that you see is the incredible opulence. These are rich guys, and they really flaunt it.
They flaunt it, and maybe I shouldn't give away the secret here, but a lot of it has to do with it's all about planning. These guys are not guys that do things that are not thought through. Baby can sit down and show you millions of dollars of jewelry. He can show you 50 cars at any given time. But don't think that this is someone that's just running around. You know he can't drive 50 cars, and you know he can't wear all the jewelry. There's a reason he does everything he does. It's an image, it's a lifestyle, it's something that they want to show their fans and show people this is what you can achieve, this is what you can do.
Having money brings on a lot of greed, a lot of different type of people, but as far as the family and us being able to get out the project, buy houses for our moms and cars and put money up for our kids, that was the American dream.
And you had large amounts of cash coming in. So cash money, as you call it. What a fitting name. Because you had all this cash coming in. How did you find out? How did you figure out how to manage it all?
Good people in place, and to me, I was more of a hustler than a spender. And I like to let my money sit and make more, go get more. I always felt one day we're going to need that money.
And lo and behold, when Katrina came, you found out exactly that you needed that money. What happened when how were you affected by Katrina?
We lost everything, every house, every home. And
how many houses did you lose?
I had 20 houses.
In New Orleans?
Yeah.
20 houses in New Orleans.
Well, I had a real estate business, 50 cars.
50 cars. What kinds of cars did you lose?
Anything you can name. Maybach Phantom, maybe 2 or 3 Maybach Ferraris, Lamborghini, everything that you can probably put on the list.
And this was all lost in Katrina.
Yeah.
They decamp to Miami and get back to doing what they do best, finding ways to make money, diversifying further into ringtones, ringbacks, digital downloads.
Even as the music industry model has changed and evolved in many different ways, you continue to adjust to that.
Yeah.
What is your vision for the future in terms of where the music industry is headed?
Once the internet companies and the phone companies and the Yahoos, Microsoft, Google, we all come together and sit at that table and come together, that's going to bring the industry back.
They're also branching out musically.
Well, you made your bed, and I made mine.
Rock sensation Kevin Rudolph signs with Cash Money Records.
Where do they fit in terms of the broader music landscape?
Well, now they do fit in with mainstream America, and a lot of credit to somebody like Lil Wayne practically becoming a household name, getting a guy like Kevin Rudolph, and you've got a sound that can be played all across the country on rock stations, pop stations, and hip-hop stations. That's the home run.